Hello Kaiju fans, and today I'll be showing you how to draw the demon beast Jiger.
Alright, and now I will show you how to draw Jiger. So, once again, we're going to do a circle, but for this time, what we're going to do is flip our sketchbook over so it is in landscape position. That way we have enough room to do Jiger's full body. I like to do monsters that walk on all fours on a landscape page when I draw their full body size and all the details together. So, for Jiger, we are going to start with a circle right about here and keep it at this size. Alright, let me just move my page over so we can see that a little better. There we go. So you're just going to start with a really small circle right there. And now we're going to go and draw a line going out this way. And then we're going to go ahead and do a line going down with a little bit of a curve to it. Alright. This is going to be the front part of Jiger's face, kind of like the nose and snout. And then we're going to curve this line in like so. And pull it up. Then we're going to bring it back down. Right about there. And now after you have this, we're going to go ahead next and do the little gums in between by making a line right here and curving it out kind of like this. So you'll have something like that. After you've done this, we're going to do another line now that's going to curve downwards, pull it up, and you'll have something like this for the bottom jaw. Now, next what we're going to do is curve another line going out this way, like so, and pull it down. Like that. And then you're going to make a line that shoots out this way, curving like this, kind of making like an S shape almost. And then we're going to bring this back into a point, pull it up right here, and then you're going to crash it straight back down again into another point like this. And then you're going to make a S-wave line. It's going to be kind of going like this with a dent right here. And then pull it down to here, and then bring it right back up through here. Alright, now that you have that, we're next going to make Jiger's eyebrows. So now you can go ahead and erase this circle and erase part of the line right here at the top. And then we're going to make another line that goes just above it, but it's not attached, not yet anyways. And we're going to curve this line up. Bring it down. Like so, kind of like a chisel motion. And we'll stop it right there. And then we're going to bring this line in and connect it with a curve to it. So have like a bump kind of sticking out like that. And after you have this, we're next going to do another small bump on this side, on the side of the head. It's going to be like a line coming up. It's going to come back in like so. That's going to be Jiger's other eyebrow on the other side of its head. Or her head, I think, because Jiger is female, I believe. And Then we're going to go and take this line from right here, and we're going to fully form Jiger's eyebrow. Going up. And making that line right there. And then you're going to make Jiger's eye next by doing the same thing we did like with the other Kaiju eyes. And making this kind of shape right below the eyebrow. And then we'll make another line right below that. Another line on this side. And these lines will not connect, they'll just be separate. And they'll just kind of overlap each other. And this will be the wrinkles underneath Jiger's eyes, like that. So you just make one curve on this side, another curve on this side, and another one right there. And the trick is to kind of make them like overlap a little bit. So where they're not fully connected, but just like layer upon layer of each other. And then you have Jiger's little wrinkles underneath its, or her eyeballs. And after that, we're going to make the little skull indents that go along Jiger's face. And how we do that is by making a line going out here. We pull it in. And then we're going to bring it right back up, right here. So it's going to have like a watermelon sort of shape before it gets thinner right over here. Like a watermelon slice, kind of. That's the way at least I see it. And then we're going to make little curves on Jiger's snout. These are right above where the horns are on her head. So you're going to make this one move up, like a little bump here. Make it curve into a spike. Make it into another curve. Bring it out. And then we're going to bring it out right here. And now after you have that, the next part is you're going to take this line here that you made, that's going out this way, bring it down, curve it up, and these will be the nostrils on Jiger's face right here. And then you're going to just shade these in right here where this hole you made. And then you're going to make another line right here at the top. And then you're going to make another line that follows the groove of these dent lines right here. Just go along the top, bring it back down. Just follow the same pattern, but make sure there's just a little bit of a width in between the gaps of these back lines right here. So these ones can be thin right here, but then it's going to get like slightly wider. Not enough to the point where this line connects to the other line you're making, but just a little wider, like I'll show you here in a minute. So bring it out, keep going, pull it up, don't touch that line. Alright, and then pull up like that. There you go. And now after we do that, in this gap right here, we can go ahead and make Jiger's little wrinkles, like bumps, by making squiggle lines. And how you do that is just by making circular shapes really small and then just overlapping each other, like so. And then I recommend you lightly do it. Don't put too much pressure on your pencil, just like lightly do it. There you are. And then for Jiger's eyebrows, we can do a couple wrinkle lines by just doing some little squiggle lines like this, not rounded, but just like straight up and down lines going along here. There we go. for the other side right here, we can add a couple lines just going up this way. Alright. And now that we're this far in, we can now go and add a couple little bumps right here on the snout of Jiger. You know, fun fact, there was actually a amphibious vehicle consumers could buy back in the 70s, I believe, that was also called a Jiger. I always wondered if maybe the Kaiju was named partially after that, because Jiger is amphibious. So the amphibious vehicle is called Jiger, the monster's called Jiger, so I always kind of wondered if there was a relationship between the two. I'm still not sure to this day, but something to think about. Anyways, so next we're going to do Jiger's eye, and how we do that is we're going to make a little curve going in, like this, and then we're going to make a snake eye pupil by doing a curve, then bring it back down like this, and then we'll shade it in lightly, leaving a little bit of a white space in the eye, because remember, you have to have some white space in the pupil or else it looks like it's dead. That's light being in the eyes is what makes a character come to life on drawing normally. If you don't have a light source in the eyeball, the character kind of looks like it's dead, or it's got a sort of a lifeless appearance to it, like some personality's missing out of it. That's not always the case, but in the case of Kaiju, it's recommended that you definitely have a light source in the eye. And now after that, you can add a couple lines right here. Don't go all the way into where the pupil's at, but just on the edges right here. And then you can add a couple little lines out here around Jiger's outer eye. There we go. And now that we have that, we're going to add a line right here going on top of your details you just made on Jiger's snout, right there. And we're just going to make this line that we did a little bit thicker and darker and bring it back up. Okay. And now that you've done that, we're going to go ahead now and do Jiger's crazy looking horns. And how we do those is we're going to draw a line that comes out through here. Make sure not to go off the page when you do this. And bring it up into like a downward curve and into a point like this. And then we're going to go bring this right back into the face. And then we're going to add another point right on the side over here. Curve it in like that, and then you're going to go ahead and erase this line right here. There we are. We'll also erase this line over here as well. Now after you have those erased, then what we're going to do next is do Jiger's other horn on the other side of her face, and we're just going to make another line that follows the same kind of groove. Make it slightly thinner and smaller to make it look like it's coming from the distance, and bring it back into the face and connect it where this tip of the nose is at. And then you're going to make the nose a little bit darker so that way it's separate from this. So it doesn't look like this horn is coming directly from the center of Jiger's face, but on the other side of her head. Alright, and now after you have that, we'll go ahead and erase tip of this horn here, because mine was a little bit messed up. There we go. And now that you have that, we're going to add Jiger's other horn that's over on this side of the head. And this one is going to start off with a rounded shape right here, almost like you're doing an oval. And then you're going to bring this down, and it's going to cover mostly part of the chin. And you're going to bring it right back up. Erase this part here. There we go. And then we're going to do Jiger's other tusk or horn that's on this part of the jaw right here. You're just going to erase this, make a little dent, bring it up, there we go. And now after you have that, we're going to do Jiger's famous large horn that's on the center of her head. And how we do that is we're going to pull this horn up. Bring it forwards. And right about here is where it'll stop. You're going to make that into a point shape. Back into the head. You'll have like a shape like this once you're done. After that, we're going to go and do Jiger's upper teeth next. So we're going to erase this part of the jaw. And then we're going to make a bunch of N shapes where the teeth will all go. So like 1, 2, 3. There we are. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom jaw right here. Erase that part. And then make a bunch of U shapes right below it, around the same size. There we are. And then we'll just do a couple more on this gap right here, maybe like 2 more U shapes. And then we're going to go make these into teeth by making points, making them slightly wider. Are. Then you're going to do the teeth down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. And then we're going to add Jiger's lip. That's right below the gums. And we're going to erase this part right here. Bring this out like a curve right there. We're going to make another line right below it. Then we're just going to make a smooth curve that goes up through here. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. There we are. And after that, you're going to make a U shape right here. Curve it down. Make another U shape on this side. Make a gap on this side here. Like that. And you're going to make another little shape right here. It's like a U shape. Coming down, like an upside down U shape, like an N actually, the more I think about it. And then another N shape down here. And then you get to make your U shape right here. And after you do that, you go in between these gaps and add a couple lines. A couple lines here. Couple lines here, here, and here. After that, you're going to make the tongue, which is going to come out this way. And then you'll make your teeth in the missing gap right here. The tongue is just like a little smooth curve. You come in and you bring to your teeth right at this angle. Alright. And just fill in teeth in these gaps here between the horn or tusk and this one right here. And then you'll add one more tooth right in here. And then you'll add some shading in between the tongue and the teeth, just to show that there's some depth going on by doing some squiggle lines like this. And then you can make some bumps on the tongue by doing little swirls, or like C shapes. Now after you do that, we're going to go add the details of Jiger's horns next to finish up part of the face. And what we're going to do is just make a line that comes out this way, bring it up into a curve, and then pull it down between the horns like that. And then you're going to do the same kind of thing on this horn here, bring it up, curve it, there you go. And then you'll do the same thing on this one too. Curve it down. Do another one on this side. Alright. And then you're going to make the little textures underneath the horn to add shadow to it, just by doing a couple lines with some gaps in between. Then you do the same thing on this one. And do the same thing on the top one right here. But just make the lines only go up through this line. Don't let them touch the tip of this top horn line. And then do the same thing on this one. And then make a couple lines over here. Then you make a couple lines over here, going up. And then make a couple lines right here on this part of the jaw, just like little small lines. There we go. And these are just little details just to make these features pop out more. And then right here, just add 3 lines right here. same thing here, 3 more lines. And then the front of Jiger's face, we're going to make a small indent now where that curve was, right on this part of the nose, where I made that eraser mark. And you're just going to pull it into the face and then bring it back down. There we go. And then we'll add a couple shadow lines right underneath where this horn's at, just to cover it up. Okay. So Jiger's almost, technically halfway done-ish. We still do have the body to do, but most of all this afterwards is like a cakewalk, really. At least I think so. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So now we're going to bring this curve up. This is going to form Jiger's kind of like Triceratops looking crest that this new version of Jiger has. And I'm going to bring it in. Stop right there. Then you're going to make another one that comes out into a point right here, like so. You'll see a point right there. And then you're going to bring that down, curve it in. You're going to make this curve down into here. You're going to make this into a point right there. And after that, you're going to bring this back in. And you'll have something like that for Jiger's crest after you're done. And now what we're going to do is make a shape right here. Bring this line up into this curve right there. You're going to add 2 lines and add 2 more lines, so you have 8 lines right here in this shading spot. And then you'll add 8 more lines right here on that spot right there. Now after you have that, you're going to go and make a line that comes up from right here. You're going to make a line that comes up this way, back up. Comes in here, brings in. Another line, bring up, another line, come up this way, bring up. There we go. And these lines will be curves with a straight edge right in here, and then it'll curve back into this line right here. And then on the edges of these lines right here, you're going to make a round shape that kind of looks like almost like a zit or something, like a wart sticks out right there. And then you're going to make one more on this side. And then we're going to add another little point right here. And then after that, you're going to add one more line that comes in, bring into a point right here, almost like making a triangle shape, and then you're going to stop right there. And then after that, at this top area right here, you're going to add a couple lines that come down like this into the head. There we go. And then these lines right here, we are going to cut off. And then add a bunch of lines right along the crest right here. Just like some scribble lines. Don't put too much pressure in your hand though when you do it though. Just like lightly do it. And the same thing right here, just lightly do it. There we go. And then we're going to bring all these lines in more and make this look like it's caved in, because that's what this area right here in Jiger's skull is like. It's like a caved in indent on the crest. Okay, now that you have that done, now what we're going to do next is we're going to make Jiger's arms. Now, how do we make Jiger's arms? Well, Jiger's arms are going to be ovals, again, like we did Gauss and Gamera. You're going to bring a oval shape right here. This will be the upper bicep of the arm. I'm going to bring this down into a circle right here. This will be the bend in the arm. Bring it down this way. And then we're going to make this into a triangle shape right about here. And that'll be the front of Jiger's hand on this side of her body. And now we're going to go and make a line here. It connects to the circle. Do another one right here. We're going to make this into an oval shape. It comes back in and connects. Then you're going to make one more over here. And we'll make a sharp line right there just to make the elbow. And then you're going to go ahead and erase the oval and the circle and the line that you made on the inside of Jiger's body. Okay, and now that you've done that, you're going to make a spike. It comes up over here. Bring it in. And now we're going to make Jiger's claws go out this way. And they're just going to curve out like how we did Gauss and Gamera's. Going to do another one right here. Curves out towards the bottom, goes up. And then we're going to bring this line all the way over into here like a palm. And then we're going to connect this into the hand like that. And then we'll erase our triangle shape on the inside of this. And then we need to make sure to redraw the gaps in between Jiger's fingers again. And then we'll do Jiger's other hand or arm on this side. And we'll just do the same shape but smaller. We'll make another triangle like that. And you'll just make your claws again right here. And then we're going to bring this line in like that. And then we're going to go and draw the oval shape going up. And then we'll draw the palm area down below. Erase this line. Erase this line here. Alright, now that you have that done, we're going to go and bring this piece here into a curve, Jiger's arm, and now we're going to go ahead next and do Jiger's claws. We're just going to make little curves right here, going down, and then we'll do it on this arm too. 1, 2, 3. And then you'll add Jiger's extra finger on this side, and like so. There we are. Now that you have that, we're going to add some shading lines on the inside here. And Jiger's got like a bunch of like just really loose squiggle line details for the wrinkles in her skin. They're just going to be like right here. There we go. That's it. Then we're going to add another line that goes through here. There'll be Jiger's neck area that goes to the stomach, just to separate this from the arm a little bit more, so it'll put more pressure on your pencil and make that line. And then we're going to make Jiger's chest area. Comes out. Just about here. Hold on a second. And then you're going to bring it straight back down. This will be Jiger's like stomach area. That's kind of inflated, like it's pregnant or something, or maybe it's where it carries its eggs, I'm not sure. And after that, we're now going to go back to this arm, and we're going to go finish the details on it by making a bunch of bumps right here, by doing a bunch of C shapes, and to make them varying sizes, some large like this, and then make a couple smaller ones. Then make a couple wrinkles going this way and this way along the arm. Make a couple more bumps right here by doing some C shapes. Then make a couple squiggle lines going around them that are really tiny and light in between these gaps. Same thing over here. And then you'll make a bunch of wrinkles coming from over here, the back of the arm. A couple more bumps right here. Then you do a couple more right here along the arm by doing squiggle lines. There we go. Got a couple lines along the feet right here. There you go. Got a couple lines going this way. And you can kind of randomize these if you want. These are just the way I do them on mine. And then you can add a couple more bumps right here. And then add some more bumps on this arm right there. Okay. And then we're going to go back to this horn one more time. Make these lines a little bit darker right here, here, just so that looks like it's a little more separate from our neck shading that we did. Okay, now that we have that done, we're now going to go to Jiger's back and do Jiger's very large frill, or yeah, I think it's a fin or frill comes down the back. Pull spike up, bring it down, pull another spike up, bring it down, bring this up, pull it down, spike up, there we go. And now you're going to pull another line up, curve it to the side like this, bring it back down again into a smaller spine, bring it back up again, bring it to another spine, smaller, and then all these other ones are going to be smaller than before. Just going down, down, down like that. Kind of like a dimetrodon, is the way the spines work. And then Jiger's other leg, we're going to go and make by doing a circle right here. Bring the leg over, by making this into a line, then making a circle. Bring the line out this way into another circle because the back legs are almost like double jointed. And then make a triangle right here. And then you're going to make your oval shape, connecting it back to your circle. Make another oval shape in between these two circles, and then you'll make one more oval shape in between here. Make this one a little bit thicker. There we go. And then Jiger's feet are going to be large claws that come out through here. We'll make these slightly bigger. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and erase our lines in the center here, along with the circle, and then the triangle shape. And now we're just going to go and fix up this leg real quick. And then next thing you're going to do is do the gaps in between Jiger's toes, and they're just going to be little triangle shapes like these. Okay. Then we're going to darken this edge here where the bend in the leg comes out. Darken these lines a little bit. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to add a bunch of shading lines right here on the toes, on the top, like this. Just lightly do it. Then we're going to add another line going up through here, and you're going to stop right about here. After that, we're going to add a couple more lines on this one. And then you're going to do a couple bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here at the top, and we're going to bring these down here in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. And you just do these by doing little C shapes, again lightly doing them. Okay. Now after you have that done, we're going to do a couple lines right here on the knee now, right here. And after you do that, we're going to go and do a bunch of shading lines by just doing little light squiggle lines along the leg right here and around the bumps. And then we're going to go and add a couple squiggle lines down here, just lightly shading it. Add a couple thicker lines right here towards the back leg. And then you're going to do more squiggle lines through here. A couple more lines here. Little squiggle lines right here. And then we're just going to go and erase this line that we accidentally made here. And then just go back over it. Alright. And then we're just going to add some darker lines here. So 1, 2, 3 wrinkle lines. And then do 1, 2, 3 around the bend of the leg. And then do 1, 2, 3 around the back end of this leg there. And now that is this leg for Jiger complete. And now what we're going to do next is draw a triangle right here. That's going to be Jiger's foot on this side of the body. Going to make a line with a circle where the bend's going to be at, and then we're going to bring it back up into the body. You'll have that kind of bend in it where the leg bends on the side of the body here. This will be over on the opposite side of Jiger. That's covered behind the fins and the stomach. And then we're going to go and just build our shape like before around the outside to make this a little bit thicker. And then we're going to make Jiger's toes, and we do those just like making claws, like this. Bring them back into the triangle, erase the point here, and erase the other lines that make up the triangle, just so you have the outline itself. And then we'll go and fill this in by making the heel of Jiger's foot. Go add another claw here, and then we'll add one more, so you see like 3 of her claws sticking out over on the side. And then we're going to go erase the line here. Draw the claws. Make your lines. And then do your bumps, like little squiggle line bumps right here. Add some more squiggle lines around the leg. Do the same thing on between the gaps of the toes. Go and add a couple lines here around the foot, and then do a couple squiggle lines here around the top of the foot, like so. Okay. And now that you have that, what we're going to do next is go to Jiger's chest area right here, and we're going to erase part of this, and we're going to make the little grooves in it. She's got 3 on her chest plate, so there's 1, 2, and then 3 right here. And then on her abdomen or stomach, she's got 4 of them, I think, what it looks like. See, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do number 4 right here. And there's the grooves along the stomach done. Fill in that leg again one more time. And now we're going to go do Jiger's spines and make our way down to the stomach area to fill in all the details here. And then we'll finish up by doing Jiger's tail. So to do the spines, what I recommend is that you flip your page over to the side like this, so it's a little bit easier to do the longer strokes. And what we're going to do now is from this point right here, you're going to bring this down into a straight line. You're going to bring it up into like a smooth V or a U shape almost, like this. And then we're going to bring this back up, and then we're going to do another one. Again, don't make it too wide, make them like very thin U shapes that are very long with a line, and then they don't fully connect up. And then we're going to do another one right here. And you're going to do another one right here. And you're going to do another one. We're going to do another one right here. Another one right here. We're going to do another one. And then just keep going along the body here, like this. Okay? And now that you have this area done, what we're going to do next is these gaps in between the U shapes are going to be thicker spine lines. So you're going to make a line coming out like this, and you're going to have a curve to it going this direction. So just kind of follow my pencil here. Make another curve. Straight line, curve going down to the side, straight line, curve down, straight line, curve down, straight line, curve down, curve down, and there we go. And now that we have this done, we're going to do a bunch of different bumps to fill in the gaps here between the fins and Jiger's back, so they're a little more seamless. And how we do that is we're going to start near this little crest or crown Jiger has, and then we're going to make a bunch of little bumps in varying different sizes, like so. And then we're going to make these into like half circles, almost. I kind of see where I'm going with this. Make some of them bigger, some of them smaller, some of them bigger, some smaller, like so, and we're just going to keep doing that. Okay, now we're just going to add a couple more smaller bumps now that are just really light and tiny below. There we go. Alright, now that you have all these bumps here, you're going to do next now is going in between these gaps here. You're going to make another line that comes up, and it's going to make like a small, like a triangle shape on some of these fins down below, like this. And now that you have your triangle shapes in there, we're now going to add the details to the spines. And you're going to take your line that you made here, and we're just going to convert that into a large spine going up. Do the same thing here, and just make these lines so these kind of look like claws almost coming out. The way Jiger's fins look, they almost look like claws at the top of her back here. Like they're very sharp and pointy. Alright, there we go. Okay, and now that you have that, add a little bit of shading to the top of them. Not too dark, just very lightly do it. Make sure not to mess up your lines. And just kind of like fill it in at the top here. Okay. Keep filling it in now. There we go. Alright. And now that you have that done, what we're going to do next is add just a couple small lines here in between the bumps and the fin itself. Go. And now after that, we're going to go back down to here, and we're going to add some slightly thicker bumps now. And then after that, we're going to add some smaller bumps around them by just doing like little mini C shapes. Okay. And now that you've done that, now we're going to go and add a bunch of little wrinkles here, going back to the chest plate. And now we can flip our paper over back to where we had it. And now you can go and add your wrinkle lines here along the chest. There we go. And then we're going to add a couple more wrinkles here along the body going up this way by making some little small lines here, making like little S curves at the end of them, so you have something like this happening. Okay, and now after you do all that, what we're going to do next is add a couple lines here. There we go. And then add 2 lines on the stomach, like this. And then make your stomach a little thicker by making the lines darker. And then we're going to add a thicker line here to separate the stomach from the other lines. And then you're going to add a couple lines here, a couple more lines over here, going up, a couple more lines, a couple more lines here as well, add a couple lines here, here, some lines right there, and then you're going to add some more little lines going through this area, connecting back up to the bumps. So you have all these little wrinkles in through here. Then we do our little lines over this leg. And then real quick we'll go back to this leg again down here and then just shade over it just to show that's darker on this side of the body. Like this. Just lightly doing that. Okay. And you do the same thing underneath this arm, or leg, other leg. Add lightly darker lines here. Okay. And now, after you do that, we're going to go and finish up the tail now. You're going to add one more spine right down here. It's smaller. And to do the tail area, you're going to draw a line out through here that comes from this part of the leg. And let me just adjust my sketchbook a little bit here. Okay. And now what we're going to do is to draw the tail. We're going to have Jiger's tail curl up like this, so you have a line that goes up this way. Let me erase these. There, clean it up, and then bring the line out this way, and kind of making like an S shape going up, and then right at the end of the tail, we're going to make that into a oval shape like this. And now we're going to draw a line over on the top like this here. I kind of recommend flipping your paper over as you do this. So following the groove of the line you just drew, just keep it going and then making it smaller as you go up. So it's like going off into the distance, going back up to this oval. And do the same thing on this part of the body too. Keep going, and bring it back up, curve into the tail, and now we're going to erase our oval shape and make this slightly smaller. Okay. And now we're going to erase our middle line here that we did. Keep going. And erase, and erase, and erase. There we go. And if you make any mistakes where something seems out of place on the width of the tail, you can just go in and erase that when you're coming back down here and cleaning things up. Like on my end here, I made a little bit of a mistake with part of it. So let me just erase that. Okay. And now we can flip it back over. And then we can do a little needle that comes out of Jiger's tail. Just make it into a simple like tooth or point or stinger like that. I'm going to erase the line that separates the oval from the tail. Okay. And now what we're going to do next is add a couple more bumps right here where these are already coming out, just by doing little squiggle lines like this. And then you're going to add just a couple more going along the tail. Just by making a bunch of like little squiggle lines using circles. There we go. Then do a couple more. Then do just a few more right here. And then like slowly make them kind of like disappear by lightly doing them right through here like that. And you'll have something kind of like this now. So now that you have that, you're going to go back here and add a couple lines going like this along the tail, just like 3 lines like that. And then you're going to do a couple wrinkle lines underneath the tail by just doing like S-way curves down the bottom half of the tail like this. And then you're going to add a couple more right here to make them more wavy like this along the body. Make these underneath a little bit darker. Okay, and now that you have that, we're going to do a bunch of lines here. And going up the tail, lightly doing these lines. Don't put too much pressure into your hand when you do it. And then just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, until you get all the way up to the tail tip like this. Okay. And then you're going to add a line right here, just like one little line on the tail. Then you'll add a couple wrinkles to this side of the tail here. And then where the spike comes out from the tail, you're going to make a little U shape right here, just to make the tail piece stick out more. Alright. And now we're going to go do the last piece, which is just to add a couple tiny spines like this, or it'll be like little mini triangles going up and down, or like drawing teeth, kind of like shark teeth almost. And do a couple on this part of the tail right here, and then do a couple small ones right here, just to finish up. Okay, then here. And then we'll just add a couple little lines underneath the abdomen and tail area right here, just to show there's more shadow below the tail. And like before, if you want, you can add Jiger's upper body shadow below here just by doing little pencil lines like this, just to show like there's more depth going on. Alright. And there we go. And now you have drawn Jiger.
And that's it for this episode. Be sure to subscribe and check out our other drawing tutorials, as next time we draw the knife-headed beast Guiron.